Hi, math students for Miss Cave's class. This is Miss Cave, and this is today's class. Today's class we are modeling and solving two-step equation models. We did this one together. I know some of you left today on a field trip, so this is the one we did together. And we're going to continue to work on the models with two-step equations, and then we're going to take some notes in our foldable. So the foldable that I'll be referring to today is this one that we put together last week where we're solving equations. We're going to connect those models to what you do when you don't have a model. But we're going to pick up right here with the second example with two-step equation models. So what I would like you to do, if you're at home, I would like you to try these and then pause the video and then check your work to see how you did. Okay, so for the first one, I have 3x plus 1 is 7. And I'm going to draw a picture of the model over here, and I'm going to draw a picture to show my solution. And then I'm going to actually solve my equation as I do it, and then I'll put in my check. So for 3x plus 1, I look at my key, and I notice that the positive x's are not shaded. So I'm going to put in 3 rectangles. And then it's plus 1, so I'm going to put in 1 positive. And then that's equal to 7 on the other side. Does anybody have any questions on how to model them? You guys okay with using the key? Good? Okay. So now to solve them, what you're trying to do is you're trying to isolate your variable. So what I want is one of these long unshaded bars by themselves, because once I isolate the variable, then my answer is going to be right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that positive 1. How do I get rid of a positive 1? By breaking it into 3? Can I break it into 3? How do I get rid of this positive? What cancels out a positive?
Oh, a 0 pair.
I make a 0 pair, so I'm going to add a negative. So what I have to do is I have to add a negative 1, but I have to do it to both sides to keep the equation balanced. So what happens on this side is by adding that negative 1, so I'm going to write it in my equation as well. By adding in that negative 1, I've gotten rid of my positive. So that cancels out. But I had to add the negative 1 to the other side to keep it balanced. And when I added a negative 1 to this side, I actually took away one of my positives, because negatives cancel out positives, and positives cancel out negatives. So then over here, what I have left on my left side is what? What do I have left? 3x. This cancels out. I have 3x is equal to, and what do I have left on the right? 6. But remember, when I'm trying to solve my equation, I want to get down to 1x. So what do I need to do to both sides? If I want 1x, what do? I can't subtract, because if I took 2 x's away from this side, I don't have any x's to take away here. But how do I get 3x to 1x?
Oh, negative.
Not a negative. I'm going to divide. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So it looks like this. So to show your division, I'm just going to divide those 3 into 3 groups. But if I divide this side by 3, I need to divide the other side by 3. So I'm going to also put these 6. See my 3 groups? I'm dividing both sides into 3 groups. So now, when I divide this side by 3, I take 3x, I divide it by 3, I get 1x, or just x. And when I divide this side by 3, how many counters did I have in each group? What's my answer? How many are in each group? 2. So my answer is 2. X is equal to 2. So now we're going to check it. So we're going to just plug in 2 for x. I'm going to write my equation, 3x plus 1 equals 7. I'm going to plug in the value of 2 for x. So 3 times 2 plus 1 equals 7. 3 times 2 is what? 6 plus 1 equals 7. 7 equals 7, and it checks. So now you can see what we're doing is we're moving from our models. We're using our model to come up with a strategy for solving the equation without the model. Because eventually we're going to get over here where we're just doing it with the numbers and doing our check. So go ahead and try the next one. Go ahead and try number 3. And we're going to pause the video here. So go ahead. All right, students, we are going to continue solving our equations. So you should have paused the video. Now we're going to go over this next one. Now this one's a little bit different because we have 1 plus 2x equals 9. So we have the constant here by itself. And then we have the variable and the coefficient. So I'm going to draw my line down here, and again this part here goes on the left side and this is going to go on the right side. So we have 1, and because it's a positive 1 we're going to put a positive 1 counter right there. And then I have 2 x's, and again we have positive 2. So I'm going to list my positive 2. And then on the other side I have 9 positives. So I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how do I get rid of? Again, I want to isolate my variable, so I want to get one of these bars by themselves. But before I can do that, what do I need to get rid of? The positive 1. So how do I get rid of a positive 1? Yep, I make a 0 pair. So I add a negative 1 here, and I add a negative 1 here. So what's going to happen is on this side it cancels out, and on this side it cancels out. And the way I show this